joining us in this wonderful evening and celebrating with us. So today's class is actually going to give by His Grace Sudarshan Gopal Prabhu. Sudarshan Das Prabhu is actually practicing Krishna conscious from childhood, and he is a disciple of His Holiness Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj. Having said that, Prabhu, you ready? Yeah. Okay, Hare Krishna. You have to squeeze.
I think I have to.
Just a moment.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Actually, I just realized that tomorrow is family day. I didn't know. People working from home, I guess, don't really realize. Yeah, we'll start with Jai Radha Madhava prayers. It's on what page? 8?
8 is the nursing home.
6,
Number 10.
Number 10. Can you loudly read the translation quickly? Sure. Page number 10. The bhajan is Jai Radha Madhava.
The translation: Krishna is a lover of Radha. He displays many amorous pastimes in the groves of Vrindavana. He is a lover of the covered maidens of the Brija, the holder of the great hill named Govardhana, the beloved son of Mother Yasoda, the delighter of the inhabitants of Brija, and he wanders in the forest along the banks of the river Jamuna.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Guru Maharaj ki
Jai.
Anant Koti Vaishnavi ki
Jai.
So Hare Krishna everybody, welcome to our pre-family day Sunday program. This came to know about family day like I mentioned. Thank you all for being here. Maybe today's crowd will be a little bit less devotees here today because I guess probably devotees have family day plans. But nevertheless, thank you all for making it to our Sunday program today. Like we always do, we'll discuss one verse on the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the verse of the day, and we'll go ahead, discuss it, and then we'll go ahead with our programs. So today's verse is chapter 7, text 8. The number on the yellow book, anybody? Chapter 7, text 8. 313? 313, page number 313 on the yellow book. Everybody has a Bhagavad Gita? Anybody not having a Bhagavad Gita? So page number 313. Okay. Everybody's good?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll recite the verse. I'll recite the verse first, and afterwards you devotees can take turns to also say it. So please repeat after me. Rasoham apsu kaunteya
Rasoham apsu kaunteya
prabhasmi shashishuryayo
Prabhasmi shashishuryayo
pranavah sarvavedeshu
Pranavah sarvavedeshu
shabda ke paurusham rishu
Shabdake paurusham rishu
Rasoham apsu kaunteya
Rasoham apsu kaunteya
prabhasmi shashishuryayo
Prabhasmi shashishuryayo
pranavah sarvavedeshu
Pranavah sarvavedeshu
shabda ke paurusham rishu
Shabdake paurusham rishu
Rasoham apsu kaunteya
Rasoham apsu kaunteya
prabhasmi shashishuryayo
Prabhasmi shashishuryayo
pranavah sarvavedeshu
Pranavah sarvavedeshu
shabda ke paurusham rishu.
Shabdake paurusham rishu.
Anybody would like to recite?
Rasoham apsu kaunteya.
Rasoham apsu kaunteya
Prabhasmi
Prabhasmi sashisuryayo.
prabhasmi shashishuryayo
Pranavah sarvavedeshu.
pranavah sarvavedeshu
Shabdah ke paurusham rishu.
shabda ke paurusham rishu. Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashishuryayo
Pranavah sarvavedeshu Shabdake paurusham rishu. Rasoham apsu kaunteya
Rasoham apsu kaunteya
Prabhasmi shashishuryayo
prabhasmi shashishuryayo
Pranavah sarvavedeshu
pranavah sarvavedeshu
Shabdake paurusham rishu.
shabda ke paurusham rishu.
Rasoham apsu kaunteya
Rasoham apsu kaunteya
Prabhasmi sasi suryayo
Prabhasmi shashishuryayo
Pranava sarvavedeshu
Pranavah sarvavedeshu
Sabdake paurusham nirshu
Shabdake paurusham rishu.
Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashishuryayo pranavah sarvavedeshu
Shabdake paurusham rishu.
Okay. Alright. Please repeat after me. Rasaha,
Rasaha
taste, aham,
aham
I, apsu, in water,
in water
kaunteya,
Kaunteya
O son of Kunti,
O son of Kunti
Prabha,
Prabha
the light,
the light
Asmi,
Asmi
I am,
I am
Shashi Suryayo,
Shashishuryayo
of the moon and the sun,
of the moon and the sun
Pranava,
Pranava,
the three letters Om,
the three letters Om,
Sarva,
Sarva,
in all,
Nana,
Vedeshu,
Vedeshu,
the Vedas,
the Vedas,
Shabdaha,
Saha,
sound vibration,
sound vibration,
Ke, in the ether,
in the ether,
Paurusham,
Paurusham,
ability,
ability,
Nishu, in men.
in men.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. Again, O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. Purport. This verse explains how the Lord is all-pervasive by his diverse material and spiritual energies. The Supreme Lord can be preliminarily perceived by his different energies, and in this way he is realized impersonally. As the demigod in the sun is a person and is perceived by his all-pervading energy, the sunshine, so the Lord, although in his eternal abode, is perceived by all his pervading diffusive energies. The taste of water is the active principle of water. No one likes to drink seawater because the pure taste of water is mixed with salt. Attraction for water depends on the purity of the taste, and this pure taste is one of the energies of the Lord. The impersonalist perceives the presence of the Lord in water by its taste, and the personalist also glorifies the Lord for his kindly supplying tasty water to quench man's thirst. That is the way of perceiving the Supreme. Practically speaking, there is no conflict between personalism and impersonalism. One who knows God knows that the impersonal conception and the personal conception are simultaneously present in everything and that there is no contradiction. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya established his sublime doctrine, Achintya Bheda and Abheda Tattva, simultaneous oneness and difference. The light of the sun and the moon is also originally emanating from the Brahma Jyoti, which is the impersonal effulgence of the Lord. And Pranava or the Omkara, transcendental sound in the beginning of every Vedic hymn, addresses the Supreme Lord. Because the impersonalists are very much afraid of addressing the Supreme Lord Krishna by his innumerable names, they prefer to vibrate the transcendental sound Omkara. But they do not realize that Omkara is the sound representation of Krishna. The jurisdiction of Krishna consciousness extends everywhere, and one who knows Krishna consciousness is blessed. Those who do not have Krishna are in illusion, and so knowledge of Krishna is liberation and ignorance of him is bondage. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 So again, welcome all to our Sunday program today. So in today's verse 7.8, it's a very famous verse in Bhagavad Gita, and it certainly is Srila Prabhupada's famous verse that's often quoted. Srila Prabhupada is also author of this Bhagavad Gita as it is, who's written the purports to the verses. And very much often Prabhupada has quoted this verse in the context of Krishna's all-pervasiveness. So just to give a context of chapter 7, in the first 6 chapters, Krishna has spoken to Arjuna about various different types of yoga, karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, and different. He has shown Arjuna that a person can elevate his platform or his consciousness by the performance of yoga and elevate himself up eventually by these processes. But towards the end of the 6th chapter, or towards the last verse of the 6th chapter, Krishna says to Arjuna that all of these yogas can definitely elevate, all by performance of all of these other yogas like karma, dhyana, jnana yoga. A person can elevate himself from his current position for sure. But it is only and only by Krishna consciousness that a person can elevate himself to the platform of where to Krishna's abode. That's the only by practice of Krishna consciousness a person can elevate himself properly with the science of knowledge of Krishna to the abode of Krishna. So starting 7th chapter, right now we are on verse number 8, and 7th chapter is broken down like the initial first 2 verses of the 7th chapter. They speak about the glory of the knowledge of Krishna. So the chapter is titled Knowledge of the Absolute. Here the word absolute refers to Krishna because Krishna is the only one that is complete and whole. Now what is complete? What do we mean by complete? We'll discuss that further. So the first 2 verses, the first 3 verses, Krishna talks about the glory, about the knowledge of Krishna himself. And then next 3 verses, he talks about how Krishna is the source of everything. Everything emanates from him. And verse 8 to maybe 11 I think, 8, 9, 10, I think it's 11. Yeah, 8 to 12 actually, Krishna talks about his all-pervasiveness. Now we've thrown around these words, let's discuss these words. What does complete and whole mean? What does it mean? This is just recap of previous verses given by other devotees, but what do we mean when we say that, let's take a material example. When someone says that he's a complete man, what does that mean? Or a complete woman, doesn't matter. But what does it mean? What does complete mean in our sense? There's no right wrong answers. You can say. Full of
knowledge.
Full of
grace,
so you
money,
would so you would call so you would say that somebody is complete because someone has full of knowledge, money, etc.
And
character
and money,
and money.
whatever is in material.
Okay, good.
Everything.
Good. Anybody else?
श्रीहरि 64 कलाओं से परिपूर्ण माने गए जिस व्यक्ति में 64 कलाएं होंगी वो आदमी पूर्ण पुरुष कहलाता है.
Oh, so Prabhu is saying that a person who has all the 64 qualities is considered to be Purna Purush, right?
That is what I.
Okay, no problem, that's fine. So 64 qualities are qualities, there are many qualities. The top 64 qualities, anybody who possesses them in full is considered to be a full man. Okay, that's fine. But in our terms, we don't have 64 qualities, correct? Do we have 64 qualities? No. And if we do have it, do we have it in full? No. Okay. So let's say that there is a very wealthy man. I'll go with Mataji's example. Very wealthy man. now this wealthy man becomes wealthy primarily, let's assume, because he has very good knowledge and education, right? And he becomes wealthy. From our point of view, that wealth is magnanimous, right? Because from our point of view, that wealth becomes incalculable, or their education becomes incalculable or unfathomable for us. Let's say that we all have gone through basic education and maybe we have a bachelor's degree. But when we come across somebody who has done 3 PhDs, we are thinking, oh my God, how much this fellow must have studied. For us, it's unfathomable, because for us, just to cross that bachelor's degree only, we would have cried and crossed it. But for a person who has completed that much qualification, for us, it's we cannot fathom that thing. We cannot understand how we cannot perceive it. So for us, that education is complete. We would call that complete. Or somebody who has wealth that's impossible for us to imagine, that we would call it also as complete. But now the question arises, what is complete? From our point of view, is the complete definition suitable? Is it correct, our point of definition? So if you go by wealth, let's say for wealth, there is some X person who has, let's say, $100 trillion, because that to me is quite, big figure. But Brahma is saying, and instead we might consider this person to be, the do-all, end-all, the greatest person, we might be glorifying him. But Brahma is saying in the Brahma Samhita about Krishna, he's saying, Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrahma Sevyamanam. Lakshmi Sahasra, the god of wealth or goddess of wealth is Lakshmi Devi, right? She's the one who supplies, who this person has 100 trillion, she probably supplied him that 100 trillion. Lakshmi multiplied by tens and thousands of Lakshmi are continuously serving the feet of the Lord without a gap. If that many Lakshmis together, Lakshmi itself is unlimited wealth. Tens and thousands of such Lakshmis without even waiting for a second, they're looking forward that opportunity, whether I will get that opportunity to serve the Lord. They are continuously serving. Then imagine how wealthy the Lord is, right? So our Parashar Muni, one of the great sages, he has given the definition of Krishna as, in modern language, would say Krishna is the complete man. But why he's the complete man? Aishwaryasya samagrasya, whatever wealth is there in the world, which we can see and which we cannot see also, everything belongs to the Lord. Virya, the Lord is filled with full of courage, full fame, full name, and full knowledge. There's no knowledge that the Lord does not know. We might know engineering, Prabhu might know medical, she might know lawyer, one might be a teacher, but the Lord knows everything. We cannot know everything, right? So Lord knows everything in full without any mistakes. So full knowledge. He knows everything despite having all of this, right? Now this is the final quality of the Lord, which a lot of people might not possess. I might have a lot of wealth, I might have a lot of education, and I also might be very knowledgeable in few other trades. I might know a little bit of this knowledge, that knowledge, that knowledge. So in the society, I might be a very elevated person. But having all of these qualities, there is no chance that I'll have renunciation. I can never be humble with all of this. So the Lord has everything in full, and He also has renunciation in full. So these 6 qualities make the Lord. Anybody who possesses these 6 qualities is called God, or is called Bhagavan. And the Lord is the only one who is called Bhagavan. So, the knowledge of the absolute states, in this chapter, in the beginning it states, Krishna is telling Arjuna that I have all the qualities, that all the opulence that is there, everything I have it in full. It's just a matter about how you understand and perceive it, right? So Prabhupada, in this particular verse, a lot of people would come to him and ask him that, oh, Prabhupada ji, you speak so much about Bhagavad Gita left, right and center. Have you seen God? Have you seen God? Because that's what people who want to confront others, their first question is, have you seen God, or have you done this thing? So I will also ask the same question to all of us. Have we seen God? Okay, let's backtrace a bit. What do you all... So when you're going somewhere, now you've come to this temple here and you're listening. What is your expectation? Why have you come here? What's the purpose?
To find God.
To find God. Okay. Anybody else? Someone wants peace of mind.
Give positivity to me in my life.
Sorry?
Let's give positivity to me in my life.
To give positivity.
It gives positivity.
It gives positivity to come here to give. Okay, in your life. Okay. Anything else? Positivity to find God. Peace of mind. Service to other people. Okay. To be closer to the God. Okay. Okay. So we'll address one by one. Positivity you can get outside also. Why you have to get here only? You can do any other things and get positivity. You can listen to a motivational speaker and you'll get positivity. Right? Peace of mind, you don't have to come to the temple also. You can put like some nice background sitar playing in the house, throw everybody outside the house and close your eyes. Peace of mind is available there also. Right?
To get kripa of God.
Huh?
To get kripa of God.
To get kripa of God. Okay.
Mercy.
Prabhu mentioned service to others. You can open a charitable institution. You can give food, clothing, shelter to other people. You can also get service to others. Doesn't have to be here. What is the primary purpose of the temple? Of any temple for that matter?
The energy it contains.
Energy it contains, yes, but what will that energy help you to do?
To reach
the God.
To reach the God.
closer to Him.
Right.
I think for me it's more of the association of devotees.
But what is association of devotees giving you? What is the purpose? Yes, you get association of devotees, I don't deny it, but what's the purpose?
It's a pleasure, right?
Pleasure you can get anywhere else also. What sort of pleasure are we talking about?
It's an eternal pleasure.
Sorry, Prabhu, what was the question?
The question is, what is the purpose of us coming to the temple?
Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, the devotees association.
What will you get with that association?
You get immense of pleasure by that.
Well, pleasure, there are many other ways to get pleasure.
Everything. And the Lord's mercy also.
Lord's mercy, okay.
Serving
Okay.
the Lord
Okay.
in different ways.
Okay.
Hear about Krishna, right?
Hear about Krishna, okay.
The only thing which we cannot get ourselves if we are alone is humbleness. So if you are meeting a lot of people together at a one place, you slowly start learning how to get humble with the society.
In office also we meet a lot of people. How come you're not getting humble there?
It's like the satsanga, right? Like
Satsanga.
like-minded.
We get positive energy, Prabhu, by associating with devotees. All the devotees, they have positive energy.
So you're basically telling me only in the temple and only devotees have positive energy and nobody else has positive energy?
Have that.
Huh?
Devotion and that knowledge.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, I will ask this question. Why are you you ask yourself,
Yes.
why I am sitting here in the temple and listening to somebody for 1 hour?
Can I?
Yes, anybody.
So, Prabhu, this is just my experience. I could be
Yeah.
wrong totally.
Yeah,
So the way we look at ISKCON temple is not like regular, it's a teaching temple.
okay.
So teaching temple meaning we learn
Hmm.
through Sangha, we hear about Krishna, we read about Bhagavad Gita, other books.
Hmm.
So that the temple gives us that platform that we connect to and grow ourselves spiritually.
Mhm.
And helps us materially as well. It's driven spiritually.
Okay.
That is the purpose of the temple. I mean,
For you. You're
For-
saying
for
you're
me.
coming to the temple for all these reasons.
that's correct.
Anybody else?
Probably when we collectively, when we do devotional service and do this Kirtan and Sankirtan, glorifying the Lord, we get more blessing, mercy from the Lord.
Okay, we'll put your point in parking. We'll ask others.
Okay.
Why is somebody coming to the temple? Why, Prabhu? I'll ask you. I'll pick on you because you just came right now. I can see snow outside. So much trouble you're taking from wherever you're coming. You're coming to the temple and you're sitting for what?
Me personally, I come to find some peace from what is going through in the life.
Mm-hmm. You want peace. That's all. You want only peace. Okay. Okay. Nobody else?
Satsang is very important.
Satsang is good. Like,
The point is there only.
but I understand. See, I know. I'm not trying to stretch this thing, but I'm trying to pull a particular point, right?
Going round.
I'm just trying to pull a particular point. I'm just asking because this question, because you've all been coming for, let's say, 1 year now, right? Somewhere in the heart there will be a question that why am I going to this place? You should ask yourself, why am I going? What am I gaining from here? I'm going here because I have friends over here, and then I get to mingle with them once a week, or I'm getting some positivity. But is really positivity worth taking your car out in the snow and driving through this place and coming here? Is that the purpose of the temple? All our life we have gone to the temple, not just this temple, any temple. What we have gone, we would have probably gone to, in our childhood or something, would have gone to a Ganesha temple, a Balaji temple. We would have gone, we would have paid obeisances to the Lord, they would have given us some prasad, we would have put that prasad, again fall on the floor, and would have come out. Correct? And if you ask anybody why are you doing that, no, because it's God will bless us, and in our education, in our material life, for people who don't have children, they'll go to the Lord. People who can't find wife, they'll go to the Lord. People who don't have husband will go to the Lord. After getting married, if they're fighting also, they'll go to the Lord. So different reasons they'll go to the Lord, and they'll pay obeisances and come. But traditionally, really, what is the purpose of the temple? The single and only purpose of the temple is not just to come and take the darshan of the Lord, or is not just simply to associate with the devotees. Every answer is correct. You are coming for association, someone's coming for positivity, peace. These are all byproducts of coming to the temple. Someone said the temple has very positive energy. Yes, it will have positive energy because the Lord is present in the temple. That's why it has positive energy. But we are coming to the Lord so that we can learn how we can get this positivity to the Lord 24/7. The only way we can get it is because someone will teach us this is the route to reach the Lord. Right? This is the route. Follow this, then you will get to the Lord. This material world is filled with suffering. People come to the temple, or should come to the temple, because they want to know not just how to get out of this suffering time being, permanently how to get out of it, permanently how I can develop that relationship with the Lord. The Lord is the master, we are the servant. But we don't know. That is just word is just word juggling in our mouth. That, oh, the Lord is the master, we are the servant. But are we really feeling it? Are we really feeling that I am the servant of the Lord? That I am doing everything the Lord is saying? Are we feeling it? No, we are not feeling it. So we are coming to the temple. So we are coming and associating with the like-minded devotees, so that this principle of relationship is shown, and we can develop that relationship with the Lord. And that is the purpose of the temple. Right? It doesn't, any gathering where there is discussion of the Lord and discussion of how to develop the relationship between the devotee and the Lord, that place is a temple. It doesn't have to, sorry for taking the example, it doesn't, because we all have recently seen the Ayodhya temple, right? The temple doesn't have to be that humongous for us to get, connected or introduced to the relationship between the Lord. Of course, the Lord's temple has to be palatial because the Lord is present there. But even if 10 people gather under a tree and discuss about the Lord, and they develop that love for the Lord, that place is a temple. Right? In fact, it is said that a person who is a very exalted devotee, who has understood all of this, all the holy places reside in that person's body. So we personally don't have to go to a particular holy place or a dham. Like it's not possible for us all the time to go to Ayodhya, Vrindavan, Kashi, Kedarnath, Badrinath. But a devotee who has developed a relationship with the Lord, if he's come and present over here, that we are as good as staying in or being in the presence of the holy place. And that is the purpose of the temple. So, when we come to the temple, you should always have questions in your mind and heart that, okay, I've come to that. You should always measure with a yardstick that I'm coming to this temple, what improvement has happened to me, right? Am I getting closer to the Lord? Is there some, when I say closer to the Lord, right away nobody becomes closer to the Lord. But am I practicing something on this path? Am I chanting? Am I remembering the Lord during the rest of the week? Today is Sunday, next Sunday, Monday to Saturday. Is there any, change or any sort of attraction for spiritual activities? That's the question we must ask ourselves, right? Because we can come for this year, next year, another 10 years, we can come, we can go, we can come, we can go, right? And we'll also be happy that everybody's coming and going. But the purpose has to be realized as to why you're coming. You're going to the office every day because there is remuneration coming in, and therefore you're taking care of the family or XYZ things going on. You're coming to the temple because you have to take something out also. You have to take something back with you. And that something is how I am going to develop the relationship with the Lord, right? How am I going to see the Lord, right? So that's the whole purpose of any temple anywhere. Any establishment, any real establishment, any real temple, their goal is to make sure that the person who comes stay attached to the Lord. That's the purpose. Whether now people are following that or not is another debate. But the purpose of the temple is that, right? So now the next question I'll ask you is, so some devotee said, find God, be closer to God, right? So what methods have you tried to find God and to be closer to God? Or what have you in your life have done some activity that will make you feel closer to God? Or try to learn about God? What have you done? What anybody's done, for that matter?
Chanting.
So you've been chanting since before? No, so before. Tell me before. That's okay. Now it's.
So before I started coming to the temple, I wasn't chanting like every
Okay.
day. I would chant like occasionally, but I've been coming to the temple regularly for the last 1 year, and
Mhm.
since then I've been chanting every day.
So your understanding is that if I chant, then I'll get to know the Lord. That's the understanding.
Plus, I've started reading some books as well.
Okay, chanting and reading.
Chanting.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else?
We just do puja, everyday puja in our home, and a special occasion we do prasadam and everything, but not chanting every day.
That's
Everyday
okay. That's
puja
okay. You don't
is
have to
everyday
particularly.
puja since childhood, I believe.
Okay. So I guess puja many people are doing at home, correct?
Correct.
It's not- But why are you doing puja?
Just to
What is the purpose of puja?
So get closer to the God and give, having it, we have any trouble, any sort of trouble, the one person where we can go, that is the Lord only.
That is the Lord only.
So for the gratitude we are praying. If we are happy also, we are praying God to get. So
Okay.
thank you,
To say thank you to the Lord
Lord,
for whatever you've given us.
whatever you give.
Excellent, excellent. Yes, Matish, you raised your hand.
Before coming to ISKCON, we used to do puja just for the material thing.
Hmm.
I want this, I want a good husband, I want a good house, and like that we were used to pray while doing the puja, right? So there was no concept of getting connected to the Lord. This is just a material platform. That we need this and that, and Lord, please fulfill my desire. That's what we were there before, like before coming to ISKCON, before following this path.
So you got a good husband? Don't answer that. That's fine.
See, everyone's purpose is not that here means only here. Each one has got some different ideas. You know, some people they want peace, some people want wealth, some people are very inquisitive to know what is
Inquisitive.
happening in ISKCON center.
Mm.
Let us go and see. So
Mm.
like that, different type of people approach, and when we get a chance to associate with a pure devotee, then their mind changes and cleanse their heart and get attached to the Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, Prabhu, before coming to ISKCON, we used to pray different demigods like
Correct.
Ganesha
Hmm.
for give a buddhi,
Obstacles, clear the obstacles on
yeah,
our path.
obstacle remove. Then we used to pray Parvati, goddess Parvati. Used
Who
to
has
pray
strength.
Amba, Durga, So different festival, different demigods we used to pray. Different fasting
correct.
used to do Tuesday, Monday.
Yes.
For
yes.
Monday for Shiva.
Right. Right.
Like that we used to do.
We should do. Yes, definitely. I definitely can relate to that. Many of them definitely that is a practice. Anybody else? So Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, we are utilizing all our intelligence to figure out where the Lord is. Definitely, I am not at all. Let me tell this upfront before someone gets it in the wrong way. I'm not condemning the fact that we should do puja now. Very important activity to be done. Like Mataji said, that we must show our gratitude to the Lord. It is a must. So much He's doing for us, so much He's providing us, and we can't show gratitude, right? So this puja or worship to the Lord is just a form of gratitude that we're showing to the Lord. We can say so many mantras and all that, but the end goal of all of that is we're just saying thank you, Lord, for providing us whatever you have provided. Kindly always keep me in your shelter. Kindly always keep me in your shelter, and somehow, hook or crook, bring me closer to you. That is the purpose of worship. Now, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita how to perceive the Lord, how to see the Lord, right? We all want to see the Lord. Anybody don't want to see the Lord? How many of them want to see the Lord? All of us. But how would you see the Lord? Now, in this current situation, how you will see the Lord? How you will see? How anybody will see? Will see the Lord.
Do some activities.
Huh? So one person is saying, when I eat prasadam, I can think of the Lord. I see the Lord in the taste of the prasadam. Okay?
You can see in water everywhere, like that shloka that we read.
Okay, you can see it in water, like the shloka is saying.
All the places.
Whenever we remember anything, we have to immediately we have to connect with Lord.
Okay.
Everything emanates from Him.
Eh.
Everything provided by
Only
Him.
one thing.
You know that whatever we have learned in Bhagavad Gita, that we should remember everything.
Okay. Okay.
सूरज की रोशनी और चांद की रोशनी में सब भगवान ही है। सूरज की रोशनी और चांद की रोशनी में भगवान ही है।
Bhagwan is.
या
Like
उनकी दो
the verse
आंखें ही
says.
है।
Huh?
या, उनकी दो आंखें ही है।
Dunki Dake, yes, Prabhu is correct. What is it? Chandrava Manaso Jata Chaksho Suryo Ajayatam. Both the eyes are the sun and the moon are both the eyes of the Lord. But my question is, this theory is very good. Theory is excellent. Practically, what have you done to see the Lord? Practically. Prabhu said, sorry, one second. Prabhu said, the verse is saying that the water is the Lord. But have we done, I am not putting you at a spot, I am including myself also. So we are all on the same plane. Have we ourselves done this act of saying that, Aaj maine, I drank water. I saw the Lord in the water, or I felt the Lord in the water. No. You don't have to feel water. Water is just example because Prabhu said water. Anything else?
No, usually if we are in trouble, right, some person might come and help us. So what we will think, oh, God in some form, in that person, He came and He helped us from that danger. So that day we will see that person in the form of God. For me, that person was God that day because he saved me, right?
Exactly. See, this is real example. So I'm looking for something like that, right? So Mataji was in some trouble, or person was there in some deep trouble, and at that point of time, one ex-person came and resolved that issue. For the person whose issue was resolved, this person is like God, right? Not that person is God, but to perceive that the Lord has acted through that person, that is called looking for the Lord. But there is a catch here. Only when there was trouble, I'm not holding you to this point. All of us are like that only. Only when we are in trouble, and when something happens to us, we see that Lord, right? So in my language, in Kannada language, there's a famous saying, right? There is a saying that the Lord is only visible to us, when there is trouble. Sankata Bandhaga Venkatramana, there is a famous saying, right? Only when there is trouble, then Lord is there everywhere. Oh, He is Lord, she is Lord. Everywhere you can see Lord. But when there is no trouble, there is no Lord. Lord has disappeared. Is that true?
Yes.
No, it's not true.
It's not true? That means you are elevated. You are beyond us.
I'm telling about myself. I always.
दुख में भगवान दिखते हैं, सुख में नहीं दिखते।
दुख में दिखते नहीं।
जब दुख पड़ता है तभी भगवान याद आता है।
दुख में सुमिरन सब करें, सुख में करे ना कोई। जो सुख में सुमिरन करे तो दुख काहे को? दुख काहे को हो?
Yeah. So our goal, happiness or sadness, victory or loss, we should always be with the Lord, right? We should always think of the Lord, and that is the way to perceive. In this verse, Krishna is saying, "Rasoham apsu kaunte." Apsu is water. So we are people who cannot see the Lord. We cannot see the Lord because so many impurities are there within us, right? So the question is then how will I see the Lord? The process is that you should see the Lord in everything, like Mataji, right? Initially, by nature, we don't have that habit. It's not there. By nature, we don't have that habit. But we have to adopt that habit, right? We have to adopt that habit. When we drink water, Rasoham Apsukantaya, oh Krishna, thanks. It's a water. It should come mentally. We sometimes force it, but that should become a habit, right? Then the sunshine is coming. There is, in our culture, as soon as we wake up in the morning, first offering we do to Surya Dev. And he said, thank you for giving me such a bright morning. By your blessings, I will continue through the rest of the day. So first thing is Surya Bhagwan, we offer our prayer. Why? He's giving us heat and light. When we feel the heat and light, we feel that, oh, okay, it's the sun's heat and light, right? Same thing with moonshine also. We may not be doing so much with moonshine, but moon is responsible for all the medicinal planets. Bhagavad Gita is saying that all the rasa in the vegetables, the juice in all the vegetables, the moon is the one that's providing the juice to all the vegetables. The sun is growing the plant, the moon is adding the good stuff to all the vegetables. Sorry. So this is we are thanking the moon, right? And it's also said Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. So every time whenever we start any class, we say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, or we will say Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya, right? This Om is the sound form of the Lord. Here, Prabhupada has expanded this point to say, he is always in every verse, you will say Prabhupada will be talking about personalist versus impersonalist. And when we read the purport, it might mean the purport is saying, I am the taste of water, light of the sun, sound in ether, ability in man. But Prabhupada here in the purport is talking about personalist versus impersonalist. The impersonalist is thinking like that, or the impersonalist is talking like that. So let's expand into it. What is personalist? What is personalist? What is impersonalist? Anybody? What is personalist and what is impersonalist? What do we mean by it?
We see the God in the form, or impersonalist means there is no form, but there is a God and the Jyoti and that Brahma Jyoti, whatever.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
impersonalism.
Okay. So
Dvaita and Advaitvad.
Dvaita and Advaitvad. Okay. So what would you call yourself then?
I'm form, personalist.
So you really think that Krishna has a form?
Yes.
Like 100% sure?
100% sure.
But you have not seen the Lord?
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Because we heard and we believe in the same way that
the Lord has a form. So how many?
Has the form because he present in that Mathura with Yamuna, Yashoda Maya and everything. So each and every pastime is absolutely real and true.
Real and true.
So
Okay.
for that, Krishna exists and it has a form.
He has a form.
He has a form.
So how many of you believe that Krishna has a form?
No, I can just put an example also. I can tell. When mother is saying this is your father, we believe 100%. We accept that.
But today they will ask for all this
DNA
DNA
test.
certificate, birth certificate, and all of this. No?
No, Prabhu, I'm Shastrik that I'm telling. When mother says this is your father, we accept that. Like
No,
that
that-
only Shruti. The Shastras say that the Lord has got form. His form is transcendental, Satchit Ananda. So we have to accept it. Intelligent person will accept.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my question still stands. How many of you believe that the Lord has a form? As a form, as in what I'm saying is like, 2 hands, legs, head, and all of that. Only Mataji believes.
So I want to say something here
Yes,
about
yes.
Krishna.
Yes.
Like whatever we feel who is the Krishna is, our scripture said that very first time who described Krishna was Vajranavi. जो कृष्ण जी वज्रनाभि जो कृष्ण जी के प्रपौत्र थे, उनको उत्तरा जी ने बताया था, उत्तरा जो उनकी पुत्रवधू थी कृष्ण जी की, और वहां से सबसे पहले डिपेक्ट कृष्णा को किया गया कि ये ऐसे 2 हाथ हैं, ऐसा श्याम वर्ण है, ऐसे मुरली रखते हैं. ये कृष्णा बताए उस फॉर्म में जिसको हम आज तक इनहेरिट करते चले आ रहे हैं. लेकिन रेस्ट कंक्लूजन ये निकलता है कि जाकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूरत देखी तिन जैसी. तो हो सकता है कि उनके 2 हाथों, 4 हाथों, 10 हाथों, वो आप जैसा मन में फील करोगे वैसे वो आपको प्रकट दिखाई देगा.
तो हाथ ही ना हो.
हाँ, तो वो भी तो हम उस पिंडी रूप में विराट पूजा करते हैं। आप जाइए वैष्णो देवी, हम कभी साकार रूप में पूजा नहीं करते, और बल्कि भारत के जितने प्राचीन मंदिर हैं उन सभी में आप पिंडी रूप पाएंगे। ये उत्तर काल में जब हमने मूर्ति कला में दक्षता हासिल की, तब हमने अपने मंदिरों को एक मूर्त रूप देना चालू किया, ईश्वर को एक साकार रूप देना चालू किया। अन्यथा आप जितने बहुत प्राचीन मंदिर जाएं, चाहे आप बालाजी सरकार चले जाएं, चाहे आप वैष्णो देवी चले जाएं, चाहे आप हिंगलाज भवानी चले जाएं, कामाख्या चले जाएं, वहां पर ईश्वर का मूर्त रूप नहीं मिलेगा आपको, वो आपको पिंडी रूप मिलेगा जिसको हम सजग मानते हैं। तो दैट इज व्हाट आई थिंक।
Okay. So everybody understood what Prabhu is saying?
No.
No. Okay. So Prabhu is saying that.
Sorry then.
That's okay. That's okay. So in short, what Prabhu is saying is Krishna's great grandson. There was Vajanab is his great grandson, and he's the first person who described Krishna about his form and how he looks and everything. And that's how everybody from that point onward they came to know how Krishna is. And if you look at any of the ancient temples in India, whether it's Kamakya temple or Vaishno Devi temple, you will only find Pindi Roop. Pindi Roop is stone version of Krishna, which doesn't have a form, by the way. So stone, in other words, is Shaligram. So they'll say the Shaligram is the Lord, right? And so Prabhu is saying, I'm just quoting you again only. Prabhu is saying that we have only come to know about Krishna after Vajanab has done, which is just 5,000 years ago, correct? Now, what Bhagavad Gita is saying? Bhagavad Gita is saying in the 4th chapter that this Bhagavad Gita, what we know, Krishna is telling to Arjuna. And when did Krishna tell this to Arjuna? On the battlefield of Kurukshetra. When did Kurukshetra happen? Some 5,000 years ago. But Krishna is telling to Arjuna that this science of Bhagavad Gita, the same exact science of Bhagavad Gita, millions and millions of years ago, which is incalculable, I have told it to Surya, Vivishwan. Vivishwan told it to Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku told it to Manu. And from Manu, who is the progenitor of mankind, or from whom all the species have come, what we call as Manu Samhita and everything like that, he has again brought down this science further down. If you look at Sampradaya, right? Sampradaya means knowledge that is coming from guru to disciple, right? Primarily in our culture, not in our culture, in this what we call Sanatan Dharma, there are 4 prominent sampradayas. One sampradaya is started by Lord Shiva, which is called the Rudra Sampradaya. And the main, devotee, priest or teacher in the Rudra Sampradaya is Vishnu Swami. They have propagated the same Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Right? It has to be passed down. It cannot be just learned from some random person on the street. Because this knowledge is very, what Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, it's called Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam, Pavitram, Idam Uttamam, Pratyaksha, Vagamam, Dharmyam, Susukam Kartum Avyayam. Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam, king of knowledge, and is the secret of secrets. Only Guru will tell it to disciple and then preach. Right? And then that's how people come to know. Randomly, you can't just take facts and throw it. You want to study engineering, you will come to my house and study engineering? No, you will go to a college and you will study there, and then they'll give you a stamp saying that so and so has become an engineer, doctor, etc. Same thing with Bhagavad Gita also, same thing with the Krishna's knowledge, the supreme knowledge also. It has to come from guru to disciple, and only then we can learn. So, one sampradaya was started by Lord Shiva, or it's called the Rudra Sampradaya, and Vishnu Swami was the main acharya. Another sampradaya was started from Lakshmi Devi. It is called the Sri Sampradaya. And the main acharya of the Sri Sampradaya is Sri Ramanujacharya. Today's is Ramanujacharya's disappearance day also. Another sampradaya is started by the 4 Kumaras. It's called the Kumara Sampradaya. And the main acharya of Kumara Sampradaya is Nimbarkacharya. And he also there is no difference in what any of them has propagated. Everyone has propagated the exact same thing as it is, and you can't put a timeline for when Rudra did it or when Kumara Sampradaya did it. They have been doing it from time immemorial, right? And Vedic cycles are different. If we have in the previous verses, if you had seen in the 4th chapter, it is said first there is Satya Yuga, there is Treta Yuga, there is Dwapar Yuga, and there is Kali Yuga. If you add up all these 4, it's millions of years, right? And this cycle rotates continuously. So this is a Vedic cycle. Okay, this topic is a little bit different, but that's another cycle. So what are the 3 sampradayas again that we heard of?
It
Lakshmi Sampradaya and Kumar Sampradaya.
Kumar Shri, Shri is Lakshmi and
Rudra.
finally there is another sampradaya that is started by Brahma. The main Acharya in this Brahma Sampradaya, Sripad Madhvacharya, whose disappearance yesterday was yesterday. It is not Madhavacharya, it's Madhvacharya, right? Madhvacharya. So because there is another person called, another devote Acharya called Madhavacharya also, but main Acharya is Madhvacharya. Our lineage, it is called the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, where we belong to. So there's Madhvacharya and then there is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who you can see in the Panchatattva. So we are coming in this line. All have preached the exact same thing without breaking anything, without changing any knowledge, and it has been propagated down to this line. So this is called Sampradaya, right? So, yes.
Quick question, what was the need for having 4 different sampradayas?
At different types of point in Bhagavad Gita in 4th chapter, Krishna is saying specific things, that when he told to sun god Vivishwan many millions of years ago, and Vivishwan told to Ikshvaku told to Manu, somewhere down the line, the knowledge got lost. Guru to disciple, somewhere it got lost. So he's telling Arjuna, today I'm starting new sampradaya by telling it to you. I'm telling it to you, this whole science of about me and this Gita, and giving you all the Vedic science, and I'm providing it to you. So like that, at different points, different sampradayas have started. For example, there is a guru. He will initiate 4 or 5 disciples, right? I'll give you an actual example. So the Madhva Sampradaya, the Brahma Madhva Sampradaya. So Sripad Madhvacharya, what he did, this is about, I would say, about 1000 years ago. So he was on this planet and he propagated the science of Godhead and etc. He authorized 8 disciples to continue the preaching work, the worship work of the philosophy. So each of them are, there is a temple in Udupi in Karnataka, which is the original deity of Krishna, which